Literally everything I own is underwater.
What do you... The Sovereign provides. The system abides.
Don't fret. The system is resilient. The system abides. But now...
Simply saying I'd rest easier if he'd been assigned to it. Originally. That generator goes, this town's finished.
Keep informing on your neighbors. Same as ever. But prudence dictates.
Feeling distracted, daydreaming on the job.
After the calamity at Horizon Point, the Protectorate needed someone to blame. The Sentinels found me, imprisoned me, interrogated me, and if not for the Vigilant defending me from accusations of desertions, I might have been destined for mental refreshment or worse. Instead, they merely checked my demerits. Thankfully, Commander Chonkz, true to their word, expunged my record. They didn't just give me a clean slate, they made me pure in the eyes of Central Command. But at what cost? Did they not also make me a liar? No. I have a second chance to deserve this unblemished record. I must make good on it. So it seems that we actually did help Corbin. Or rather, it seems that, like, we see the consequences of helping him. I mean, I am stealing his things, but that's kind of cool.
We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural resources represent a fascinating ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch working with
Yeah.
a meticulously designed marvel where
How empty are the lives of empty subjects that they need to rely on consumerism to find meaning?
sometimes challenges do arise. We all know how invasive species can unbalance even the most robust ecosystem, like
appeared right out of the aether.
What the?
Just as I imagine our proud sentinels do.
What's going on with his
Here I
lips?
am, your innermost thoughts are known to me, and nobody once hears from you again. Caught me reciting passages from a beacon to the cosmos, illustrating my steadfast fidelity. All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign. That part always hits me directly. To quote my personal log, an essential passage, rightful and true. Charlton Weintrott.
for now, just to offset any minor disruption.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate seal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
Under Protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants indoctrinatory falsity.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Did I? Not again. Oh, this? It's a birthmark, skin condition, both, about which I am rather sensitive, thank you very kindly.
Because the matriarch herself designed it, and the sovereign embodies and executes.
Say, you are every bit you seem, yes? Thoroughly on the up and up and in no way a hidden agent? It is widely known that a sentinel is required to stand revealed before rendering judgment. Why, a plot point about that featured prominently in the latest episode of I, Red Cloak.
Of course you believe everything on the Aether Wave. I guess it would be stranger if you didn't swallow the propaganda, even if it does take some heavy dramatic license.
A perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have community, purpose, time for recreation.
Say now, no need to get tough. You saw through my ruse, fine. Others in Westport fail to perceive my true nature. I am hardly one of the herd around here. A reference you'll no doubt recognize from those keen Auntie's Choice commercials.
We appreciate it all, and thank the sovereign.
Ah, I am not familiar, though that does sound like one of their products. I refer to the ones for Purple Berry Crunch brand cereal. You likely guessed their influence right off, what with my assertive attitude and all. I laugh at danger. I hand make my own luck. That character is a revelation. You and I are just like him. Get up and go-getters. Say, did Auntie's Choice send you here? Don't fret. I am exceedingly skilled at keeping secrets.
The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch working with and through the soul.
Oh, you're very good at playing dumb, aren't you? I suppose that can be quite useful at times, yes? How meekly dynamic and wonderful. Now, do tell, what is the latest word from the field?
We all know how invasive species can unbalance even the most robust ecosystem, like those meddlesome raptidons.
Of course. Toodaloo! The matriarch and sovereign chose Eden, the perfect...
So don't fret.
Greetings, non-protectorate wretches. With regret, I must inform you that those outside our glorious society may not take freely from our stocks, as our subjects do. However, I may offer you a limited selection of premium items for moderate respective fees. Initiating.
Under protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Offense against seizure, sabotage, and/or manipulative
Oh, wait, what's
indoctrinatory
fine now?
falsity.
In case I...
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Glad the
Get some
wireless
more
told me that I'm happy and everything's splendid. I was tempted to feel sad after the ocean
I'll
flooded
get
my
this done.
house.
The paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why? Because the matriarch herself designed it, and the sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were constantly out of balance. Individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources and a lack of community led to terrible suffering. Poor
That's
dears
pretty cool.
didn't have the firm benevolent hand of the sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the
How far
paradigm
down
affords
does it?
us. A perfect
Okay.
life of
I inhaled
contentment and
so much dust and
dictates that we watch our neighbors, but I may just invite him over to make it easier.
I was sad for a moment because my house got submerged in the flooding, but then the wireless told me everything was splendid. Now I feel much, much better.
From the lowest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to protect.
My body is covered in burns, acquired in battle during the attack. The only relief I have is when I can jump in the water and float over my former house.
Word on the wireless is that Auntie's choice is years behind us sociologically.
Well,
So
it's
they started
infected.
the war to grab.
You walked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. So, I assume you're presently devoid of mortiferous injuries. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle. Don't suppose you have any medical supplies to spare, do you? That you might kindly consider donating? Oh, no thank you. Not looking for anything that does more harm than good. I have enough ailments to manage already. From what I've heard about Auntie's medicaments, might poison a patient or cause them to grow an extra head or something. Never know what they're testing out on you.
My extra parts aren't side effects. That's your implication. And anyhow, I should think some minor side effects would be preferable to dying.
Honestly? Well, I'm a reasonable judge of character, and you seem upright. On behalf of my patients and I, thank you. We're all grateful. Guess outsiders aren't all just base individualists like they say on the wireless. Barring this being some tricky sales strategy, that is. This is a good start, but I fear it won't last long. Wouldn't happen to know a reliable means to procure more, would you? They'd sell to us? Those medicaments you gave us before? No, never. You must think me easily hoodwinked. Our societies are sworn enemies. You almost make that sound reasonable, under a highly skewed, morally vacuous light. Not seeing a wealth of options here at present. I can watch my patients die, then face execution, or we can resettle elsewhere and remain alive. I lean toward the latter. The abandoned section of Westport ought to have some supplies. Should be enough medicaments down there to help our injured survive the trip to Fairfield. It's perilous, though. Plenty of the structures below are still submerged. Others, ones that escaped being flooded, got abandoned once the Crabbles moved in. Those ought to have some supplies. If I were you, I'd try to sneak past the Crabbles out there. They seem rather territorial of late. All right, be careful out there.
come here often. Goodbye. This unit, our banter.
Greetings.
We take a moment to rightly
It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance.
The pleasant atmosphere and rich natural resources represent a fascinating...
Pshaw! I've no desire to speak of the current state of Fairfield, no less the Auntie's Choice riffraff controlling it, or worse, any traitors who have flocked to their side. Why, I cannot fathom any of my people or I even contemplating defecting the Protectorate, let alone for that cesspool of inanity.
Naturally, sometimes challenges do arise. We all know how invasive species can...
Because we of the Protectorate believe in something. We dream, we aspire, together. Auntie's Choice would replace amity and purpose with want. The endless, empty pursuit of nothing.
The system is resilient.
Well, as I said, we stand together. Even now, our community gives its all with grace and unity. And as their vigilant, I must spare no effort to preserve them. I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence, automech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts.
Are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage, and/or manipulative indoctrinatory falsity. Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why? Because the matriarch herself designed it, and the sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were constantly individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources and lack of community led to terrible suffering.
No. As I stated, as a means to seek a reprieve for our remaining residents, if not myself. A harsh judgment looms in our imminent future for our cowardice or negligence, depending on the Arbiter's interpretation. I will certainly be executed.
Purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well at night. Work isn't strenuous or stressful. Food is nutritious and plentiful. We have everything we need. Prudence dictates we take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the Sovereign.
Yes, because my subjects need me. As Vigilant, I vowed to protect them to the end. The fact I can now see it coming changes nothing. Protectorate law finds us guilty of treason on account of letting Westport fall prey to Auntie's Choice saboteurs.
We're all in this together.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant...
Well, obviously, we've forsaken our duties as members of the Protectorate. It is incumbent upon us to fight to the death, yet we still live, as does our enemy. Now, either the Arbiters arrive to execute us, or this place falls under the vapid boot heel of Auntie's Choice. No matter who wins, we cannot sustain ourselves here for long.
Bounty for all. Naturally, sometimes challenges...
My linguistic embellishments are somewhat beside the point. This here's a matter of accountability. Responsibility was mine. Disgrace and judgment should be mine solely as well. My intention is to absolve my subjects of any and all such blame. I owe it to every single person here to try.
abides. But now, more than ever, we must all do our part to maintain it. Keep doing your job with pride. Keep informing on your neighbors. Same as ever. But prudence dictates we give it a little extra added zeal for now, just to offset any minor disruption.
Gray gone astray? Book a stay today. Are you mentally refreshed?
Under Protectorate law, we are bound to inform you. Nobody needs go anywhere. Not when we can still save Westport. We of the Protectorate endure as one, regardless of any hardships we must face. It'd have to be catastrophically obvious this place was doomed, and incontrovertibly beyond my means to save it, before I'd even consider such a recourse.
Our enemies envy our prosperity.
When I look outside, I see people who are hardy and resilient, who trust the paradigm, who understand prosperity will return with time and group effort. I have the aid of key pillars of our community, several persons of note and good character who stand with and by me, and our town still functions. Our automechs are still running, mostly. We have a generator to power them, fresh water, the reassuring voice of everyone's neighbor Prudence wafts from our loudspeakers.
Resources and lack of community led to terrible suffering. Poor dears didn't have the firm benevolence.
I don't know. Look, I've entertained these fool notions of yours long enough. There's no use pursuing such a fruitless line of thinking further. I have a brighter future in mind for Westport, one you can help with, in fact, rather than dwelling on dark maybes and scenarios of worst imagining.
Work isn't strenuous or...
Not the first to question my judgment, nor the last, I suppose. One expects a certain lack of social graces from those raised outside the Protectorate. Let us talk plainly. What would it take to secure your aid?
Thank the Sovereign.
What sort of payment do you seek? Don't imagine we have much you need.
We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate.
Enough to lead and inspire those who work there, once at least. I was previously the ranking vigilant on this island. Why do you ask?
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized
Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in. Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. Least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south. But do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you need them. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here. Farewell now.
Minor disruption.
Hey, Commander. Could I have a word with you real quick? I hope you're not seriously considering helping the Protectorate here. I know these folks seem on the down and out, but we're as like to do more harm than good by siding with them. Right. Okay. Well, if we do as Milverstreet's asked and convert the populace to Auntie's choice, they're more likely to get the care they need and not be sentenced to death. Milverstreet also promised us a way into the Vox. Oh, and a ritzy hat. Man drives a hard bargain, if he can be trusted. Given the condition of this place, I'd assume no shortage of willing spirits eager for a way out. But then, reason's sometimes hard to come by with the Protectorate. Before you make a decision one way or the other, let's ask around. See what the residents have to say. No use trying to lift up those attached to the muck.
Stranger?
together.
How empty are the lives of anti subjects that they need to rely on consumerism to function?
Flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere.
Almost missed the routine certitude of my assigned profession.
A fascinatingly complex ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch working with and through the sovereign.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
This looks like the place. Long, I haven't felt this high-strung since Horizon Point. Just hope he's here.
Sit or sprint? Typical predicament for an anti-bottom runger like me. Wish I never snuck in here to begin with. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Nah, it was a great idea. So much stuff for the taking around here. Motherload of loot. Plenty to get me back in the sprite race. Just didn't account for all these crabbles. Real fly in the old ointment. I could just sit tight, live lean off all these supplies, hope the crabbles skedaddle, or maybe open the door and bolt. Seems like a good idea. Nah, it's a great idea.
Resources and lack of community.
Just in case there's some shit that's gonna go not according to plan, I'll
Outside.
We all enjoy the full luxury the
give the
paradise
nuts
affords
to
us. A perfect life of contentment and plenty.
Hey there, go-getter. Why, hello again. Any new business to discuss involving secret sympathies and sugary spoils?
Food is nutritious and plentiful. We have everything we need. Prudence dictates we take a moment to rightly appreciate.
Really? What was he like? Bold, assertive, with a wildly obstreperous theatrical air?
You are the raw material for perfection.
Is that so? Do tell me more.
To the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty.
An audacious proposal. Yet this place, despite its recent humidity, remains comfortable and familiar.
Matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and
Why, just imagine it. A new life full of breakneck decision-making and fending for oneself. But no, while I have acquired a distinct craving for certain Auntie's Choice products, I remain a good, loyal Protectorate subject at heart, if not in stomach. Hate to dash everyone's hopes. Suppose I am still part of the herd.
challenges do arise. We all know how invasive species can unbalance.
With a full case, I might gorge upon such sweet goodness morning, noon, and night. All right, hand it over. Oh, but what would Vigilant Hogarth say? What would everyone say? I can scarcely imagine it. Abandoning my community only to satisfy my gastronomical urges and risk-taking attitude. No, I couldn't leave unless Hogarth ordered everyone to go.
On your neighbors, same as ever. But prudence dictates.
Righto. Well, you seem rather confident. Best of luck, I suppose. You are surely going to need it. Please inform me when, of course, you receive it.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment.
You returned. Yes? Help you with anything? Well now, that should do nicely. Thank you. Hope those crabbles didn't give you too much trouble. I recognize these patients require more care than I'm able to provide here. Seems like in Fairfield, I can get them the help they require. The one last additional thing we'll need is for Vigilant Hogarth to agree to it. It's less a concern about disloyalty, and more my respect for his abilities. He's a skilled leader, and we could sorely use his aid, from coordinating logistics to keeping up morale. I'll surely have my hands full with my patients. His presence on the journey would save lives. See you when I see you.
something to talk to more people. Or more evidence.
I had a nightmare that the matriarch didn't gift us the paradigm.
Look who's back.
Not insisting since I... No, it can't be.
Work isn't strenuous or stressful.
Yeah.
But the guy we helped wasn't in his house.
Niles.
Howdy, Zed. You look... well.
Has my mind been set upon by shadows? I thought you dead.
Can't imagine why you think that. I've only been gone 4 years.
Oh, back from your little saunter then, are you? Head all cleared? I must say you took quite the perambulation. I hope you didn't wear out your rotation adapters. And who precisely are you? Another Earth Directorate cast-off? So, you are keeping company these days. Just not mine. That would depend on what vision you have for Arcadia's future. Everyone seems to think they alone know what's best for this colony.
Look, I'm not just here to gas you up with empty apologies. I want to set things right between us.
Oh, now you want to help. Where were you when the war happened? Or when I was being carted off to mental refreshment? Where were you when I actually needed you?
I know I let you down before, but give me a chance to earn back your trust. There must be something I can lend you a hand with. I know you haven't given up the fight.
I haven't the time to patch your bleeding conscience, Niles. I'm in a situation that demands my full attention.
It's Baines. My team's been caught. Pharaoh and March are dead. Protectorate are holding the rest for interrogation. A ship is inbound to take us off-world, to the consul himself. I barely managed to evade capture. Damn it! It looks like the data went through, but there's something wrong with the connection. The cipher isn't transmitting...
Found her! You there! Step away from that terminal at once!
Audra! Fuck! It's all coming apart.
I knew something was wrong. What have you gotten yourself into here, Zeb?
That was one of my operatives. I organized a mission to infiltrate the Vox to acquire valuable intelligence. But obviously, something's gone wrong. Without that cipher, the intelligence is worthless. But I'm more concerned about my people at the moment. If you're sincere in your desire to help, prove it. Rescue my friends before that ship departs with them on board. Please.
I am. Without question.
Okay. If they're sending a ship, that means my people are being held on the Vox's landing pad. Use my call sign so they'll know you for an ally. I'm certain Niles remembers it. And do exercise discretion, as well as caution. The guards at the Vox won't hesitate to fire upon you, should you be discovered.
Not to worry. This is exactly the sort of thing we're trained to handle.
Yes, but the uniform doesn't stop bullets, as I'm sure you recall.
Good thing we know a doctor then.
Then let's hope the ship also takes its time arriving, and that my friend's pain threshold withstands any attempts to soften them up for the consul. I'll answer what I can. If you must know, it was my sister. A neighbor reported her for some misconduct, and she was taken to be refreshed. I never heard what her alleged crime was meant to be. The woman who returned was nigh unrecognizable. The injustice of it rattled me. And once I began to look into what had happened, the more discomfort I felt. Then I met Niles. He told me the truth about other colonies. Made Arcadia feel so... small. Claustrophobic. Repressive. and my smoldering resentments became a full conflagration. Stop there. I know what you would ask, but I've done my best to put that unpleasant experience behind me. Please respect my wish to avoid reopening closed wounds. The Crabbles? They keep people away who might otherwise stumble into my operation here. I feel kindly toward them. Ah, of course. Hogarth and his unfortunate charges would be top of mind if you've explored the nearby settlement. I sympathize with the plight of those in Westport. They want nothing to do with me, of course, or anyone outside the Sovereign's grace, which has been to my benefit. I do believe that one day, the truth of the Protector's iniquity will be too obvious to ignore. But for now, not even a crowbar could pry open all those shut eyes. Always put your hands on other people's things.
Looks like a fight. You're looking pretty scathed, Commander.
I don't like that the medkits are on D-pad down because it means I need to stop moving when I push the button.
I was sad for a moment because my house got submerged in the flooding. Then the wireless told me everything was splendid. Now I feel much... much better.
Marvel where, if each of us does our part,
Prudence dictates that we watch our neighbors.
bounty.
I may just invite him over.
Naturally, sometimes. Do arise. We all know how invasive species can unbalance even the most robust.
You're thinking about it sideways. There is little difference between a gift
Or the base individualists within Auntie's choice. Same as ever, but prudence dictates we give it a little extra. Minor disruption.
Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now. Under protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. As follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage.
I had a nightmare that the matriarch didn't gift us the paradigm. And we were left to scramble.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contempt.
Salutations! This is D.B. Milner Street of Fairfield with a special one-time free offer for all Protectorate subjects within and without earshot. What do I provide? Information. Did you know that at Auntie's Choice...
Why do those advertisements never stop? Never stop.
Oh, he works at the vault.
Choose for yourself. Buy for yourself.
Auntie's choice. Remember, Auntie knows best.
Salutations, Arcadia. Auntie Cleo here with a direct message to all Protectorate subjects listening in. I'm afraid you've been fed a lot of hooey about Auntie's choice. Your so-called superiors would have you believe they're unscrupulous interlopers intent on stealing the very bread off your plate. Tut-tut. No, nothing could be farther from the truth. Listen to your auntie. They say they offer you direction, meaning, purpose. We say that's a fancy way of stating
Well, I never would have figured that out because I have already been there.
part of a
That endless yattering is more insipid than I'd imagined. Ah, the itinerant stranger returns. Thought you'd agreed to help us, not those corporate heathens. Not my favorite topic of discourse, but I do like the cut of your jib. Very well. State your piece. My people are prepared to die. As subjects of the Protectorate, we are born to give our lives to the Sovereign, whether he asks for them or not. Perhaps you are correct. Ironically, now that we're all traitors, they really don't need my permission to leave, but if they want it, they shall have it. My former subjects are free to live an empty life with Auntie's choice. I'll make an announcement. Order them to depart for Fairfield, but I will be staying. Should I? Haven't I failed them enough for one lifetime? No. I will stay here and loyally await the judgment I richly deserve. Adherents are expected to hold firm to the end. Such is the degree of our devotion. Oh, come now. I am a vigilant of the Protectorate. I have endured untold hardships, countless battles. What's a little Oh, it never stops. The tumult of duplicitous lies. You're right. I can't withstand this inane onslaught much longer alone. At least in Fairfield, I'll have company in adversity. Unsure how I'll endure such an empty existence. Perhaps, if I offer my old subjects periodic advice, our sense of community may somehow, despite the wiles of commercialism, remain. All right, then. Suppose it's time to make my announcement.
And curing such ailments as dropsy, sciatica, narcolepsy, rickets, night sweats, and collectivism. Not recommended for longer than 1 second at a time.
Attention, everyone. Attention. I, Vigilant Ogden Hogarth, hereby do order all subjects under my command to abandon the settlement of Westport at the earliest possible juncture. You are to depart for the township of Fairfield, safely and together. Once there, you are to appeal to local authorities for citizenship with Auntie's choice. Thereupon, You are thus and forevermore relieved of your duties as subjects of the Protectorate. This is a direct order from your Vigilant and is not to be questioned, and cannot be countermanded. Now see to your preparations. I will join you shortly. Need a moment to let this all settle in. I will be on my way by and by.
Yeah, prudence dictates we maintain
Hope I don't get
sufficient
assigned to
zeal
a
at all
grafting lab in
times.
Fairfield. Don't want to have to transplant a Raptidon head onto some poor so-and-so's body.
Reckon I'll miss this place. Likewise.
Greetings, non-protectorate wretches. However, I may offer you a limited selection of premium items. Initiating.
Be on my way in 2 shakes of a Raptidon's tail. Promise.
Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice? Remember.
Sometimes I get the feeling we're not welcome here. Protectorate folks resent us and liberate.
Whoever fixes this rift problem is definitely getting on all sides of with an Elysium view and head office.
You've lifted my spirits right out of their doldrums. Our new guests have just arrived. Here, a considerable reward for your considerable efforts. From the hushed grumblings of the refugees, I've gathered that you, perhaps aided Westport's departure into inhospitability. Sometimes the harshest moves are the most necessary. I've 2 minds about the convertees. Anyone with eyes can see they need guidance, but a pernicious system is not easily abandoned. Have you any thoughts? I have a second cousin in experimental product design who's been working on a supplement for just that. Though most of her prototypes result in projectile eye bleeding, you've given me a great deal to think about. I am in your debt. I cannot overstate what a capital compatriot you've been, my friend. Now be off. I've many refugees to see to. Oh, yes, no need for any crushing of skulls. I had a plan to help you. I merely needed someone with insider knowledge. Speak with Vigilant Hogarth in the building beside the saloon. He was in charge around here before we arrived. I have no doubt he knows vital information to the Vox's functioning. Now, should you ever find yourself visiting the ACS Undisputed Claim, do come see me. I've no doubt that when we next meet, I'll have risen 6 ranks, at least. Farewell! Greetings again. You have my undivided attention. What's on your mind?
Hey there, go-getter.
I am well into that case of Purpleberry Crunch you bestowed to me. Did you know Auntie's Choice have other products that are just as bad for you as well?
Of course.
This Moonman character of yours, is he some... kind of off-world deed?
No, just sort of a mascot.
Slow down. Schultz went where? Sakes alive. Schultz! Anyone got lamps on Schultz? Anyone? Void be damned. Sallying into the wire like that with nary a wish in her pocket? What was she thinking? Did I not make clear our orders to hold the line here regardless of provocation? Should my instructions have been more robust? Perhaps assisted by pictures?
I'm afraid there's more bad news, Commander. She also took Scrabbles, sir.
Would that he'd done her more good. Seems Calamity has claimed 2 good soldiers today. You there. I don't normally sanction nameless passers-by giving ear to my private discourse. like a burr picked up on a long march, aren't you? Still hanging around, bothersome like. Whatever your purpose, I feel a contractual obligation to warn you against setting a heel past this base. If you go any further, you go alone and at your own peril. No Anti's forces are permitted beyond the forward position upon pain of disemployment and possible litigation. Our orders are to sit and mind the store for as long as need be. It is difficult for me to accept such laudations at the moment, given recent losses. But I suppose you make a fair point. By steadfastly holding the line here, we forestall any retribution the Protectorate would seek to inflict upon Fairfield. And we will continue said watch until orders change. Calamity digs its claws in deeper. Thank you for notifying me of their demise. I'll send a car for replacements, and pray we do not suffer another attack before then. Before you depart, a final word. Stay out.
You there. Keep your hands where I can see them. Halt! What's an Anti's choice monstrosity doing here? Have you come to spy? So can...
Good, because I ain't bringing it. Though if you're that desperate to test my patience, by all means, keep it up.
Patience. As if you infiltrators possess as much. Feverishly raising our lands wherever you go. You are fortunate that I've been ordered not to open fire unless fired upon.
They never listen to sound advice, do they?
Some folk are dead set on going their way, even if it's straight out an airlock.
I will not suffer an outsider to trespass and trample further through our lands. Turn back from this bridge now, lest my ever-depleting prudence be spent. If you are not a loyal Protectorate subject, you will not cross this bridge. Be grateful I do not judge with such haste as my superior to the north, Brigadier Montelli. He's been fervent of late, looking for any Protectorate subjects who have displayed disloyalty in his estimation. Any associations with wrongdoers results in swift execution. That has, unfortunately, put many folk in his sights, myself included. And so we wait for the proverbial axe to fall. You actually believe you can contend with him. You are mistaken. He'll cut you open gleefully, then issue you demerits for bleeding on the floor. And you also have no business at the relay, as far as I can surmise. You dare to propose an arrangement? I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate. I know of 2 traitors who yet remain on this island. Bring them to me, and I'll dispose of them before the Brigadier questions my loyalty and deems me guilty by association. In return, I shall grant you clearance to cross the bridge. Fair exchange, wouldn't you say?
This is exactly the manner of depravity we mean to free these folk from. I know we gotta cross the bridge, but there must be an alternative. One that don't involve an executioner.
Trial? And their crimes are as clear as the Sovereign's blue skies? We may not ascribe to your laws, but do not assume that I think lightly of taking a life. These traitors have committed grave offenses, ones that would be punished without question. It's not at all the same as the indiscretions the Brigadier damns his people for.
So much for the Protectorate's self-proclaimed unity and order.
Do not mock us. There's a wide gulf between justice and madness, and many interpretations of the law land on the right side. You see the difference, do you not? No. I am ridding us of 2 dangerous traitors who will inevitably take good subjects down with them. Am I one of those good subjects? Of course. To my point, our forces on the island are dwindling rapidly. Not just from the fighting, but from treachery. Or from seeing treachery where there is none. I am seeking to preserve our forces by punishing the true wrongdoers. After all, it is rather impossible to uphold one's sovereign-given duties if one is deceased. Now, will you accept my offer, or will you finally get out of my sight? I commend you for your eager interest. I think 2 traitors in particular. First is Ida Rutledge, a worker at Spire Grove. I once had utmost respect for her. We were... oh, damn it all, we were friends. When the Grove went silent during the invasion, I assumed she'd fought to the death as any subject would. But reportedly, she's not only failed to die, but is also teaching the enemy soldiers how to use the equipment. Conspiring against us. Such treachery is unconscionable. What? How do you know this? Let me see that. Yes. Yes!
Oh, okay.
This does appear to be hers. Unfortunately, there are reports of the Harvester having been repaired in the wake of her sabotage. Though her triumph may not have endured, it was a good effort nonetheless. Should Montelli deign to interrogate me for my associations, I'll be certain to inform him of her patriotism. The second traitor I seek is Charlton Weintrot of Westport. He is, unfortunately, my cousin, and most assuredly a disgrace to our line. He too failed to die defending his home during the invasion alongside the other residents of Westport. They'll be seen to in time. But Charlton, well, I must deal with him personally. Oh, how I anticipate wiping that smug expression off his face. Are these orders clear? Anyone who allowed the enemy to overrun their land is a traitor. So yes, My dear cousin must answer for his crimes. Now go on. Seek out Charlton and send him here, if you wish to cross the bridge. But beware if you step out of line. Other subjects may not be so generous with their deal-making as I. Farewell.
Would you look at that? A giant hole in their defenses. Unguarded, too.
Ready to take the heat off, Commander. Just say when.
I must say, I have many reservations about this. The Protectorate has always provided for us. For what reason would we forsake such a state? It's not a totally base
2 days, 3 at most.
that should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch! It's not a totally base society that should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch!
I think this was the
2
last
days,
one for the
3
day.
at most, and they'll come
Time
looking
for
for
a nap.
contracts.
If you're that new salesperson, don't bother. Whoever was here packed up and left. I just come out here to tick boxes on Nova Street's list. And it's easy. He's coming out. He's coming out just about full coin here. And He's coming out to spy folk. It's the crunch. That scrump, the one that makes it a brunch. They'll feed you purple berry crunch if they love you a bunch.
At attention, Trooper. Report. Why are you out here? Where's your unit?
What unit? I was just eating some purple berry. Wait. My unit. All along, They ambushed us. There was so much blood. You can't make me go back there.
Damn, this is bad. Listen, nobody's making you go back, but you're an easy target for raps or worse if you stay put. Your unit wouldn't want this for you.
Yeah, that's true. I've got to get back to Fairfield. Back inside our bivouac wall. Back where it's safe.
Yeah, that's it. Back to town, where you can get a big, comforting bowl of purpleberry crunch. You ready to move out?
Yeah. Thanks for all your help. Oh, Law! The Protectorate scum took all our weapons. How am I supposed to get back? The Raptidons will rip me to pieces! Wait. My hands are shaking fit to fall off my arms. Couldn't hit the broad side of a bank. If only there was something that needed less aiming. Of course. I hate to ask, but any chance you got a grenade I can borrow? Even if I miss, the noise should scare off any Raptidons. I can handle it. I'll be far safer with it than without. I can't fight a Raptidon unarmed. Thank you. I'll only use it if I have to. Well, off I go.
Gotta say, Commander, this weren't one of your finer ideas. Let's hope he ain't got the wherewithal to actually pull the...
Just gotta get to Fairfield, just gotta... Oh, what was that? Is someone out there? Stay back, I'm warning you! I got a grenade! All I gotta do is pull this pin and... Uh-oh.
Fucking moron. You know what? Fuck it. I made my choice. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I've been bartering with defectors. Traded one force rocket for a whole
Arm's already feeling better by leaps and bounds.
I must ask... You've returned. Now let me fetch some clean gloves. I'll do it later. I'm here for any doctorial services you may require. Yes, I can clearly see that. I can apply some Anti's branded deep wound adhesive, but it's hardly cheap. This may sting a little, or a lot. I thought I smelled gunpowder and blood. Hello again. I'm here for any doctorial services you may require. Pharmaceuticals, bandages, tinctures. It's all here.
I ain't even close to hitting rock bottom. Middling bottom, sure, but not rock bottom.
Hey. Oh, hello. Pardon if I'm a bit distracted. I'm just so happy to be here.
Of course. Toodaloo. Hey there, go-getter.
Something new to report? Ah, well, then here are your rewards, per earlier terms discussed. I trust you'll find it all useful. Return with the remaining 5 volumes to complete the set, and I shall provide you the rarest rarities available to me.
Processing anomalous data.
Reporting is so neighborly, suspicion.
Got my lamps on a hostile.
Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
Let me know when you need me.
Personal audio log, Sergeant Bornsworth. We've been deployed to deal with a new living weapon fielded by Auntie's forces. The previous squad was unprepared for this threat and was consequently torn asunder. Command's intel could never be so lacking as to allow this to occur. So why? They were lulling Auntie's choice into a false sense of security before launching counteroffensive teams. This will undoubtedly save far more lives than it cost. Another stroke of genius from Command. Praise the matriarch. Sergeant Bornsworth, signing off.
Disruptive influences!
Got some bad
Looks like a fight!
Halt! Don't come any closer. Oh, huh?
It's a bro.
What's that noise? That was a close one. Thank the Sovereign. Thank you for saving me. I'm waiting here for my partner. We both fled the base separately. If you see him, please send him my way. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, and please, take this with you as a token of my thanks.
Look alive, Commander.
Oh, okay. Nope. The flawed doesn't work apparently. So, yeah. I mean, it doesn't. It does like auto accept all the flaws, but it doesn't give you. It doesn't give you. The perks. It gives you the first perk and then it goes down. Can't see the flaw here, so this should be good. But I'll just have to confirm. Let the flaw show up with doesn't. Yeah.
Don't come any closer. Oh, huh?
Armed and ready.
What's that noise? That was a close one. Thank the Sovereign. Thank you for saving me. I'm waiting here for... Thank you.
Let this log serve as a record of the fact that Sentry's first-class Briggs and Jakes are both still loyal to the Protectorate and the Sovereign, despite their acts of desertion. The mental state of Brigadier Montelli has been rapidly degrading over the past few months, and the Vox relay station is no longer safe for even the most loyal subjects. Initially, we assumed he was simply being overly cautious by increasing base security required by regulations. Unnecessary. Evolved into lashing out seemingly at random. Finally, we started purging the traitors from our ranks. Any infraction, real or imagined, is now seen as an act of treason, leaving grounds for immediate execution. We could no longer live under the abuse of the paradigm. This may make us traitors in the eyes of our superiors, but we will return to be judged when sanity has returned to the Vox relay station.
Ain't nothing there.
Ah, you finally arrived. Indeed, that seems to be the case. I mistook you for a different individual. You have my apologies. This is the location to which I've been deployed. I cannot and will not disclose further information to non-military personnel. And decidedly not with, nor in the presence of, anyone who has ever been associated with Auntie's Choice personnel.
I ended my association with Antes of my own accord, if that makes you feel better. Ain't here to do you harm.
Or so you say. I gathered that you weren't here to fight just by looking at you. Otherwise, we wouldn't be engaged in polite conversation. And as a loyal subject, it is my honor to continue to perform my assignment as per my orders, even if the duration of my assignment here has been considerable. I am procuring my rations from the populace of local aquatic fauna using a simple baited trap and the mechanical leverage afforded by a rod. Fishing. Bah. Those who would, when there's a war to fight, are not worthy of being called soldiers of the Protectorate. I wish to once again take the fight to Antes alongside my fellows. However, my wishes are irrelevant against the needs of the Protectorate and my assigned duties. Additionally, it would do my heart some good to know that my warden and assigned squad companions are well. The Protectorate does not forget its own. Ever. If I have not received new orders, then I am precisely where I'm intended to be. I'll not hear more of such nonsense. Good day.
Raptidons are ever malleable. Eden doesn't want them around, and they don't belong here. But they sure carved out a place for themselves. I can respect that.
Seeing Zeb again went different than I expected. Not that I had high hopes for tears and confetti, but damn. That's appreciated, Commander. Maybe I ought to apologize straight away. But I'm not convinced I did the wrong thing, leaving. Had I stayed, who knows? Likely I'd have gotten us both killed. Let's just say my ambitions were bigger than my talents after I recovered from Horizon Point. Still believed I could change the world back then. Anyway, I appreciate the check-in, Commander. Was there anything else you needed? Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind? in. I'll take care of you, Commander.
Hey, easy with the fratricide. Keep howling. We're coming for you. See these half-eaten remains? They're a sign. Matriarchs lose their appetite when they're on the verge of going into a state of torpor. She'll have retreated into hiding to conserve her energy. But I got one way to get her attention. Hey, if I don't celebrate my own stroke of genius, who will? I'm just happy my acquaintance with these creatures counted for something. You know how Doc mentioned pheromones? Well, it just so happened that I procured some Raptidon glandular extract in my travels. Should do the trick. A matriarch with 3 full stomachs ain't coming out of hibernation unless she senses a threat to her authority. She hates rivals. Oh, not a lot of people know about the hallucinogenic properties of Nebulium. Enhanced soldiers keep a vial in case we're captured. It renders us pretty useless to torturers. Let me think. Yeah, 3 parts pheromone and 2 parts Nebulium ought to do it. Use that as the lure and the matriarch won't know what hit her. Ready for this? I was inquiring more about your current manner of fortitude, but I'll take it. All right, let's do this.
It's a brawl!
He's still upright over there!
Let me handle this! Anyone else? Paramedic?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Ready to take the heat off the commander. Just say when. Broadside of a freighter.
Back in business.
Not getting up without help, Commander. Knew you had my back.
Looking a little woozy there, Commander.
Back in business.
That's the limb. Bring it here, would you? Meant to thank you again for helping me in the hunt. Both specimens are viable and of good quality. In honesty, I don't know which one I should ask Doc to patch me up with. Can't go wrong with either, but one could be the better choice. If you've got an opinion, I'm keen to hear it. The material we harvested from the skeleton crabble could allow me to fire off scalding shell shards. They'd pierce through armor easily, I imagine. And the part from the Raptidon matriarch should let me camouflage myself at will, like other Raps can. I'd be able to close the distance and heal you up without the enemy noticing. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm good to head to Doc's lab with the news and this part when you are. This drainage pipe must be coming right from the box relay. They're lucky the Raps ain't chewed their way through yet.
Damned if I stay, damned if I go. Can I remain unsullied under the command of a rambling, nonsensical persecutor? Oh, hello there. You seem to have caught me at a most inopportune time. Was just, patrolling the sewers, monitoring for suspicious activity. Now, I must kindly ask that you vacate the vicinity. Your presence here is proving distracting, to put it mildly. What? Word to the wise. A protectorate station is hardly the place to be making light of one's affiliations. Brigadier Montelli would be ecstatic to hear you spout such humorous quips. You'd be labeled a heretic. But I'm sure he'd chuckle as you swung from the gallows. Exactly. Now return to your post and stay prudent. We must ensure none infiltrate this bastion, lest the enemy so descend among us. It's just, I don't know what's going on here. The station's changed. It's become a damn charnel house, stained with the blood of my brothers and sisters. I don't know what to do. I just don't wish to die. I can't... That'd be a fine idea. If only there weren't a group of starving raptidons that saw fit to make a den so close to the grate. I can? Oh. I suppose I'm now off to a world filled with uncertainty, savage wildlife, and miscreants always on your heels. Here, this key card should unlock a storage cache up above. It has some supplies in it that'll likely do you more good than they have me.
Take a small break. Then I'll continue.